we pack up here at Imola. I suppose a tough day at the office for the number 19.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was, like I said, when we come in here, we knew we were going to be on our back foot against the Ducatis at their home track, and you know they've got the results around this place. And we had a test here, and it was good. I think we had everything out of what our package we could do, and I think I rode pretty well, and just didn't have the overall package to win, and that's all it took. But you know, I tried hard, and first race we kind of made a bit of a mistake from the electronic standpoint of the bike, and we were there. We should have been up there a little bit further towards the end. And then the second race, we fixed some stuff with the bike, and we had the pace, you know, really to be battling for the win. But we just got off to a rough start. People running off the tracks and getting pushed off the track, and it was, you know, it was definitely not a uneventful race. It wasn't a fun race for me, but it was one of those tough races, you know. So.
We heard you say to Tom before the start of race one, you were going to just wait and see what happened from the start, and that's seemingly what happened. You didn't get the perfect start, and from there on in you were playing catch up, and you couldn't get past Fabrizio, and by then it was kind of over.
Well, I mean, the problem was that's what we were going to do. That's what we did. You know, where we kind of messed up with the bike was, like I said, on the electronic standpoint. I couldn't get off the corners with them, so they were pulling me, you know, pretty much 10 bike lengths out of about 3 different sections of the track, and then on the braking zones I was closing them back up. So where I was strong, the problem was I wasn't close enough to do anything with it. All I was able to do was make up the time and just stay there. I was just hoping for a mistake, somebody running off the track, maybe someone falling down. We were going to be there to capitalize it, but I honestly had no way of passing anybody. I mean, they could jump off the corner and I would get them back in the corner, but you know, when you enter the braking zone and you're already 20 bikes back and you make it up just to the back of them for the corner, there's no way you can go past on the brakes. You're lucky enough to make up the ground. So that's all we did in race one. It was just a seesaw battle of just staying there and hoping somebody made a mistake, and you know, that's really what happened. Race two, we had a better bike. You know, that was about it. We just had a really rough race and didn't get a great start. And then, like I said, Ray had a couple issues running off the track, and it kind of flustered me up a bit. And then when Simoncelli, you know, put the pass on Biaggi, and Biaggi came on the track at a funny angle where it wasn't his fault, but you know, it was, I had to take evasive action, you know, again. And it was just a rough race, but I was happy. You know, we were pretty much the fastest person on the track the last 10 laps of the race, so I was happy with that. We can take that to France and move on. But it was, you know, that's how racing is. It was a tough race for us, tough weekend, but you know, we're still there. These next 2 tracks are, you know, going to suit the bike well, even though we don't know one of them. It's going to be good.
You used the word evasive action, but really it could have been a championship defining moment, because if you had hit Biaggi, if you hadn't got back on track, it could all be so different, because now the gap is seemingly, obviously, capable of being caught up.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. We're right there, basically. I mean, one race, it doesn't matter if you're first or second. If Hogg is second, I'm first, I'm back in the lead. So I just, when Biaggi came on the track, you know, I said it in another interview, it was one of those things where there was about a 10% chance that I could have stayed really close to him and stayed on the track and made it all work, but there was about a 90% chance that I was going to tag my brake lever on his left hip trying to stay that close, because you know, the way the track went, he came on diagonal, and I'd already tipped in with my normal speed, and I knew what was happening. I knew what I was going to have to do, and I tried to stay somewhat close, but it was one of those things where it was either I could barely make it work, and we weren't going to lose much ground, or I could lose, you know, 6 seconds and run in the gravel trap and be safe and at least stay up and everything work out. So I took the wiser choice, not the faster one, but the wiser choice for hopefully come Portugal.
And Simoncelli, probably a factor you hadn't thought of before the race weekend.
I mean, I knew he was going to be there. I mean, he's pretty much the only current world champion we have on the grid. So that's the way you look at it. You know, he's fast. So you know, towards the end of the race, I could see he was struggling a little bit with the tires. He was definitely starting to slow down a little bit. But I told the guys, I said before the weekend, he's going to be there on fresh tires. He's going to be there in qualifying. He's fast. You know, it's kind of, you know, it's tough when someone's not in the championship, battle. And he came in there, and when he passed me, I wasn't riding really good at that point of the race, and he came by me clean. He ran me wide a little bit, but nothing I wouldn't have done to him. But it sucks that he was kind of the one that made the whole Biaggi incident happen and pushed me off the track. And it's one of those things, but it happens. And we regrouped, and we really should have been probably 10th in that race with all the drama, but we got back up in 5th and made some fast laps at the end of the race, so it wasn't too bad.
The rumours persist you could be racing Simoncelli on a regular basis in MotoGP next year. Any comment on that? What are your thoughts when you hear that in the press?
I mean, obviously that's the big hot rumor, and we're not at liberty to say really what's going on right now. But I'm going to be on a Yamaha next year, and I'm going to be riding as hard as I can, and I'm not afraid to go try new stuff. It's all up in the air right now, but it'll be fun next year.
I suppose personally you would like to get the championship, as Yamaha would like you, and then you can have a choice to move on and make that decision afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, I would, and I'd like to, but the way I look at it is if I do decide to go race GP and I don't win the title, I know that we've been the strongest person this year in the championship, and that's just that's what I believe, and that's kind of what the results have shown. We've had some bad luck, and we were 88 points back, and now we're back in it. I mean, we've championship or no championship, I know how I stack up, and I know I can ride a super bike with the best of them. And we might not win the title, but that's how racing is sometimes. Not only, the fastest guy doesn't always win titles either. So we're still going for it. That's our goal. But we're still looking at next year, and it's going to be exciting.
Finally, with 4 races to go, a word for your opponents, because obviously Haga's the target, but Fabrizio's helping you out. He's taking some points off him. Yeah,
I mean, it's about time. I mean, that he did something for me. So, it's all it is the last 4 races are going to be full stop, and 110%. Every lap, every race is going to count, and we'll see. It's going to go down to the wire, and I've been in that position before. I think it's fun. I mean, it's going to be good, and he had a really good race here, really good couple rides, and I think we're going to have a couple good rides in the last 4 races, and I'm shooting to win 3 of the next 4 races. That's all I'm going to do, and you can guarantee if we're not leading the title come Portugal, there will be some sparks flying somewhere, and I'm putting it on the limit. I got nothing to lose.
Listen, rest up. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.